Morning students, hope you all are staying safe at home. Today we will be starting a new chapter of geography, chapter 3, the motions of the earth. As we have already learned in the previous chapters that earth it spins on its own axis and at the same time it moves around the sun and with their 7 planets. So these two movements of earth are known as rotation and revolution. Let us study it in detail. Rotation. It is the spinning of the earth on its own axis from west to east is known as rotation. It takes 24 hours to complete one day and one rotation, and because of this rotation occurs and it causes day and night, and because of this there are many celestial objects in the sky. When viewed from earth, they apparently are visible towards the westward movement across the sky. So during the course of its rotation, the side of the earth that faces the sun experiences day, and the side which faces dark, it is away from the sun, it experiences night. So two sides are separated by an imaginary line that runs vertically, in the standing motion across the globe, and it is known as the circle of illumination. As the next movement is revolution. So the movement of the earth around the sun along its orbit, its own path, is known as revolution. Its orbit, it is the elliptical path which takes earth around the sun, and in this process, in this movement, it takes 356 days with extra 1/4 day, that is we can say 365 days and 6 hours to complete one revolution, which consists of 1 year together. The 1/4 day is added up and added, 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 is equals to 4/4, which is equal to 1, and hence February has an extra day which is known as leap year. So a leap year in 4 years have 366 days. Main results of revolution is the occurrence of seasons, solstices and equinoxes. Because of the tilt of Earth's axis, there are different parts of the Earth which faces the sun during one revolution, and therefore they receive different amount of heat in the course of year. So this causes season, and there are 4 seasons, that is summer, winter, autumn and spring. Let us read about them. Let us read about summer solstice. Between June and August, the northern hemisphere it remains tilted, it remains tilted towards the sun, and at this time it receives more heat than the southern hemisphere. Thus it experiences summer, and during these months days are longer and nights are short. So the longest day occurs on 21st June when the sun shines directly over the Tropic of Cancer, which is known as summer solstice. While in the summer in the northern hemisphere, the southern hemisphere experiences winter, where it is short days and long nights, the opposite. Now let us move on to winter solstice. Between December and February, the southern hemisphere it is tilted towards the sun. It is just the opposite of summer solstice. So it receives more heat than the northern hemisphere, and thus here they experiences summer. While here the days are longer and the nights are shorter. The longest day is on 22nd December when the sun shines directly over the Tropic of Capricorn. Here this day is known as the winter solstice. It is winter in the northern hemisphere at this time, while days are short and nights are long in northern hemisphere. Now let us move on to equinoxes. Spring and autumn. Twice every year, once when we can say the sun's apparent journey towards the Tropic of Cancer, and once back, its way back to the Tropic of Capricorn. The sun shines directly over the equator, and on these days neither the North Pole nor the South Pole is tilted towards the sun. The whole world gets equal hours of day and night. These two dates are 21st March and 23rd September. These are known as equinoxes, meaning equal nights. 21st March is known as spring equinox, and as it is spring in the northern hemisphere in March, and 23rd September is known as autumn equinox, as it is autumn in northern hemisphere in September month. So students, we have read about summer solstice, winter solstice and equinoxes. I hope that you have understood the same. Read the same from your textbook. An interesting activity for you all to fill the information in the table. Enjoy this filling information. Till then, keep learning and have a good day ahead.